Just adjusting some things here before we get started. Tyrone Bowman Live. Welcome to a new segment called Hip Hop and Rap News. So, to start off tonight, I have several stories from Complex Magazine. Get my prop of a microphone over there. No, it's not real. I just make it look real. So to start it off on tonight, I'm going to read several articles from Complex Magazine. The first article, it's about Cardi B and her former security guard. The headline reads: A security guard is involved in a $24 million Cardi B assault case. Says it wasn't about money. Okay, let's find out what this is about then. This article was written by Chris Sievers. The former security guard who brought a $24 million lawsuit against Cardi B and accused the rapper of assault says the case was never about the money. What she did to me was real, never about the money, but more importantly, it's about the accountability. Imani Ellis told reporters on Tuesday, September 2nd, after the jury cleared Cardi, ending the week-long trial. Well, if it wasn't about the money, why did you sue her for $24 million? You're contradicting yourself. It was about the money. What's up, bro? I see you out there, homie. All right, don't forget, we're supposed to connect. What's up, brother Dula? All right, let me get down to business here. So if you said if it wasn't about the money, then why did you sue her for $24 million? That's called a contradiction. And you're lying. It was about the money. And it's called punitive damages. That's what you wanted. You wanted something for what you believe was your alleged pain and suffering. So in her lawsuit, Ellis accused the M.I. the Drama's rapper of assaulting her at a Los Angeles obstetrics and gynecology facility, where Ellis was working as a security guard. Ellis said Cardi scratched her face with a 2 or 3 inch fingernail and spit on her between racist and fatphobic insults. Now you know you were lying. You knew you were lying when you brought this lawsuit. But greed, your lawyer, and others tried to make you believe that you were going to get a quick payday, and it blew up in your face. My position is the same, Ellis told reporters. She assaulted and battered me, and I don't want her to get away with it. I don't want it to be overlooked during the trial. Ellis's lawyer said she was no longer asking for $24 million and was only seeking compensation for her medical expenses plus $250,000, according to Variety. It was about the money. Stop lying. When you all found out that you weren't going to get $24 million, it's what's called compensatory damages. Now you're asking for $250,000. I'm a serious law student, and I can spot a lie when I read it or when I hear it. And now you walked away with nothing because you agreed. Should have settled out of court. In her statement, Ellis also referenced the moment that the Bodak Yellow rapper, I probably messed that up, y'all, lobbed a pin at a reporter after he asked if she's pregnant with Offset's child. That's for disrespecting me, Barty said as her bodyguard redirected her from the reporter. It was one of many memorable moments in the trial, which also saw Cardi explaining the concept of wigs to Ellis's lawyer, defining the word altercation and looking bewildered at the question of whether Ellis is bigger than her. After her victory on Tuesday, Cardi doubled down on insisting she did not touch Ellis. Well, that's what happens when you win the case. You've got the bragging rights. She walked away with nothing. I did not lay my hands on that girl. And with that being said, the next person that tries to do a frivolous lawsuit against me, I'm going to countersue and make you pay. The rapper said because this is not okay. You know what? I agree with him. I do. Because if you're gonna come at somebody with something, you got to make sure that your claim is legit, or else it's gonna be mixed up. I lost my feet. I got to get it back. But you have to make sure that your complaint is legit, or you're going to be all messed up. Wow, let's talk about Angela Reese, one of my favorite WNBA basketball players. So Angela Reese has been suspended for one game after eighth technical or tech for hitting Edwards in the head. The tech comes on the heels of an incident where Reese struck another player in the back of the head. So let me see who wrote this article. Brad Appleton wrote this one for Complex. Angela Reese has been automatically suspended for one game after the WNBA star picked up her eighth technical foul of the season. The WNBA announced Reese's suspension Thursday, September 4, in a release that stated the league's existing rule mandates an automatic one-game suspension without pay once a player accumulates 8 technical fouls. Further infractions result in additional suspensions for every 2 additional techs. Well, this is a contact sport. People are going to contact each other, and sometimes it just happens. Doesn't mean that it's intentional. As for the incident that led to Reese's eighth technical foul, it came in the Chicago Sky's matchup September 3rd against the Connecticut Sun. Late in the second quarter of that game, Reese struck player Aaliyah Edwards in the head with the back of her hand while the two were battling for position under the basket. The suspension means Reese will miss the Sky's game against the Indian Fever on September 5th. Reese made headlines earlier this week when she talked about her future commitment to the Sky, telling reporters, "I'm not settling for the same yet we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me," quote, close quote. She continued, "I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. However, I can help to get the best here. That's what I'm going to do this offseason." So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best because we can't set up for what we have this year. The Sky currently sit in fourth place out of 5 terms in the Eastern Conference with a record of 10-30. Coach Tyler Marsh addressed Reese's comments, only saying, "We are aware of it. We're addressing it in-house as currently speaking. That's where it'll stay right now." So the Reese was selected as a WNBA All-Star game for the second consecutive year of the season following her selection last season as a rookie. Angela has a lot to be proud of, you know. She's an alpha in a complex game, and that's how it goes. You know, she ain't taking no crap off of nobody. She's not. Oh, let's talk about Selena Gomez's mom responds to allegations she snorted drugs at work. Well, let's look at this from Brad Appleton once again. Selena Gomez's mom, Manny Tifi, is pushing back against explosive allegations regarding her behavior at the mental health startup she co-founded with her daughter. In a piece published September 3rd from The Cut, former employees who worked under Tifi at Wondermind said things in the office were anything but normal. They claimed Tifi would sit in her office for hours on end, watching television, ordering takeout food, and expensive designer clothing. The piece states many of the employees believe Tifi was sometimes intoxicated at work, referring to her office as her drug den. Another employee allegedly, the Cut spoke to, alleges they witnessed Tifi snort a line of what appeared to be Ritalin. When asked about the Ritalin allegations, Tifa replied to the outlet was absolutely not. She went on to say, "I started Wondermind because I wanted to help people with mental illness. It's unfortunate that a few disgruntled employees with an axe to grind can spread lies about me and distort the truth. Even more disappointing that the media is willing to amplify their lies." Are they lies? Are they really lies? Because employers are quick to say it's a disgruntled employee. You know, and employers do a lot of unscrupulous things in their employ, and they just want people to be nomads, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and just go along with it. As for watching television for hours on end during office hours, TV said, "I've always had something playing in the background. It's part of my ADHD that helps me focus." She also denied allegations of accumulating mass amounts of takeout food in her office, founded by Tiffy Gomez and Denelia Pearson and launched in 2022. Wondermind was a platform designed to help destigmatize mental health and provide users with the resources they needed. Gomez has been very open over the years about her own struggles with mental health. In a 2022 interview with InSound, she said, quote, "I have problems with depression and anxiety, and I find it difficult for me to be me," end quote. And according to the article, her mom did not provide much information about the current state of her relationship with Gomez when providing quotes to the cult. I don't take nobody's word for anything. I have to research things for myself. That's how you get news articles, ladies and gentlemen. Research the matter for yourself. Don't just take anybody's word for anything. Let me see what else do I have before I get out of here on this evening. I'm looking through my list of stories real quick. All right. Bozy DeBaz's son was arrested for having a gun illegally. So, Bozy DeBaz is probably hating that like father, like son. Tagline right about now. His eldest son, Tootie Raw, that's two W's, was arrested in Atlanta yesterday, and the charges are steep. Atlanta police tell TMZ, Hip Hop, they arrested Terrence Taylor for unlawful possession of a firearm machine gun and obstruction of law enforcement officers on September 3rd. Earlier today, footage of Tootie being detained at a residence and led into a police cruiser they surfaced online. Boy, people are quick to put stuff online. Unfiltered podcaster Charleston White, who's been a passionate neighborhood watch Crime Stoppers member in Dallas communities for years, is that what they call it? Took credit for tipping police off to Tootie's alleged crimes. However, there's no evidence of that just yet. Police tell us the incident, or told them, report has not been yet finalized. The situation just made life even bleaker for DeBaz's. Boosie is currently awaiting his sentence on November 21st after pleading guilty to a federal gun charge. And Charleston White's been celebrating his downfall all the time. You know, if anybody knows Charleston White, if you listen to him, he never has anything good to say about nobody. None of the time. Everybody has to get grinded up. Let's go. To the anonymous says, Angela is in the new movie now. Okay. Replays don't lie. If it's your business, you can do what you want. I agree. But you have to pay for the repercussions of your actions. And that is true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Never surrender. Never quit.